Good evening again, Super Metroid fans. That's right. It's the Hockey Towner coming at you again with some more Super Metroid multi-category tournament action. I'm joined by Kip in the commentary booth for tonight's matchup. It's going to be a triple bingo between Stump and TGDerp. Let's give a big round of applause to these runners. We're just getting set up here, just getting strapped in, just tune out, whatever you want to do. Get yourself a favorite beverage because we're about to start this triple bingo matchup.
Yeah, I think we're going. Hockey, how are you doing this evening, man?
I'm doing great, Kip. Lovely to hear your voice. I'm joined by the illustrious Kip himself. This is going to be one for the ages.
Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of in the middle. Bingo is kind of hard to set up a little bit from the organizer point of view, so I'm just trying to make sure we got everything straight here. And also, I am trying to manage a playful puppy. So, but yeah, we're excited to do some more bingo tonight. Really happy to see this. The multi-category tournament's going really well so far, and it's cool to see multiple different types of races. We've had multiple hundos today, another bingo here, so very cool. Hockey bingo, triple bingo is fairly straightforward in terms of the rules. Can you just kind of explain to people, what the runners have to do here?
Absolutely, Kip. So, contrary to something like a double anti-bingo, this triple bingo, the runners themselves will be able to choose any row, column, or diagonal that they want to do as long as they complete 3 of them. So there is no limitation where you can lock an opponent into or out of a certain row or column or diagonal. So we're just getting things set up here. The runners are escaping Sirius Station. It's a race against the clock for Kip. One of the multi-category tournament organizers. Get that bingo card showing. I think he's doing a terrific job, everybody. But Stump and Derp setting up. Chose triple bingo for tonight's matchup. Bingo is a fascinating category to me. There's a lot of ups and downs, twists and turns, so I hope you're ready for some excitement. Looks like this card is going to be a great one. You just wait and see.
Yeah, I'm actually not 100% sure why okay, I was going to say, I don't think it had anything to do on my end, but there we go. We finally got it up, and just a heads up to everybody in chat, Hockey and I are more than happy for you guys to throw us an assist. Bingo can be very difficult to track, and it's even more difficult to track while trying to do commentary. So obviously, holler at us and let us know. We want to make sure that the board is accurate. TGDerp is highlighted in green, so anything that he has will be highlighted in green, and Stump over here will be highlighted in purple. So tell me real quick, Hockey, have you ever done any of these bingos before? Triple?
Not as a player, but I have done commentary on some dab. But I've never actually completed a bingo seat or bingo card in Super Metroid. That could change, though. Who knows?
So let's walk through this card just briefly. And, obviously each individual tile has a certain, maybe sort of difficulty about it, but then it also depends on what you see, lined up with it in certain rows and columns and whatnot. Brinstar Reserve Tank's pretty easy. 50 plus missiles isn't too bad. Collect only 1 of wave or charge is usually pretty easy because you can just get charge unless there's some other kind of sync with a wave tile later. Visiting the critters is actually pretty slow because the main reason it's fairly slow is because it requires getting the speed booster from Upper Norfair before returning to Green Brinstar to get to the Decora. And then Meridia Power Bomb is not super slow, but does require a little bit of pathing. Why don't you tell us about Road 2?
Row 2, we got destroy at least 2 statues, so 2 out of the 4 bosses from G4 going to be destroyed if any of the runners choose that row. Space jump, so it dovetails nicely with destroy at least 2 statues if you choose to make Dragon one of those. You can just pop behind Dragon and grab that space jump. Correct all 10 wreck ship super missiles. There's 2 pickups there. Would require you to defeat Fantoon, of course. So again, that seems like pretty decent row just from those first three tiles. And then you got 3+ energy tanks and 30+ missiles. That's not too bad. In the Meridian map station, I couldn't even tell you where the Meridian map station is off the top of my head, so I might need to refresh the old Zebba's geography there.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. I believe it's or the room, like, do you know the room where you go underneath the tile and it's got the crabs in there? It's like right before you get to the green gate to get back out of Meridia. It's usually at the end of Old Route. Instead of
Yeah.
going left, if you go right there, I think that's where that map station is, if I'm
Oh,
recalling correctly.
excellent.
So it's not too bad. Brinstar map station is just across from the early supers room. On row 3, we got 7 energy tanks, which isn't too bad, but at the same time, you know, energy tanks, I mean, that's half the energy tanks in the game. So you'd have to really think about what kind of pathing you'd want to get those. Visit all 3 Brinstar energy recharge stations. Another one of those I would call sort of hidden difficulty tiles. It's not necessarily hard, it's just time consuming. Mainly because one of those recharge stations is actually down where the Decora is. So you could actually pair that up somewhat decently with Visit the Critters. Collect Plasma Beam or defeat Ridley. That's a pretty terrible tile. Collect all 60 Brinstar missiles is one that I don't like that one because it requires you to get the missiles like at Billy Mays and all that. So usually pretty slow. Then we have Plasma Beam by itself, which obviously requires, killing Dragon and pathing over to Plasma. Finishing Wreck Ship Energy Tank Room isn't too bad, but usually you're going to have to path pretty far to get back there because, usually you're not finishing up anywhere near Wreck Ship specifically. 20+ Power Bombs isn't too bad. It's 20 out of 50 in the game. Defeat Crocomire is a bit slow, but not hard. 25 Supers, not too bad. My apologies for the dog, by the way. And then why don't you tell us about row 5 there, Hockey?
So row 5, we've got Grapple Beam, so not too bad, not too fast, not too slow. We got the Wreck Ship map station, so would have to again defeat Fantoon for that one. Defeat Golden Terizo and Spore Spawn, so a little bit of going out of the way to defeat those 2 bosses. Not a huge fan of that tile. Finishing the X-ray scope room, I better dot your I's and cross your T's before you head all the way to X-ray, and then destroy at least 1 statue. So just looking at it, I kind of like the top left to bottom right diagonal. I really like the first column, and I like that row 2 as well. But again, since I've never actually run it, what the heck do I know, Kip? But just as a novice, get some amateur eyes on it,
Well, you probably know just about as much as me or anybody else. I mean, I really feel like all the players are adjusting to triple bingo because, in the double ante bingo tournament, that was a specific way to play that everybody could plan for in advance. The entire tournament was dab. In this tournament, triple bingo is, not something a ton of people do very often. And it's not like people are exclusively practicing it because we've got all these other categories going on. So, honestly, I don't really know how to critique some of these choices.
It could be tough.
I take that back. I don't think Stump actually picked up that reserve, did he? I thought he did, but it looks like he did not, unless my eyes can't see the auto.
No, I don't think he did, but yes, Derp definitely got that Brinstar reserve. As tell from that little shadowy blue auto with some arrows on it.
So Derp's pathing here leads me to believe that he is not doing 60 Brinstar. He started out getting all the Brinstar missiles near the early supers, but he did not pick up the big pink missiles. So that tells me he's probably not going to be going for the all 60 Brin.
I see in chat point out that Derp got the Brinstar map. But alright.
Cool. Thank you very much, Aussie. Appreciate that very much. I believe Aussie did some triple bingo earlier tonight as well. So very cool to see runners doing this category in the tournament. And Derp heading down. Stump heading to pick up some Spore Spawn soups. So that should be 10 supers total for him so far. Derp, I believe, is sitting on 25 regular missiles. Or 30. I didn't see if he got the tube. But I'm sure people can keep us straight.
It looks like Stump's about halfway to that 50+ missiles, so we know that Derp is definitely going for the first column, maybe the first row. Could also be the diagonal there. But not too sure what Stump has in mind here, but definitely continuing to pick up missile packs, so likely going for that first row.
And for right now, we can mark off collect only one of Wave Beam or Charge Beam. Although I will tell you, sometimes you get debated. Last night, Rumble and I were doing a commentary together, and we marked that off. And then later, both runners ended up picking up Wave Beam as well, so we had to unmark it. So we'll see. Looks like Derp is going for the energy refills in Brinstar. I highly doubt he would have picked that energy refill next to Crate Up if he were not planning to do that. Although, unless I am mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong, I do not believe that he got the one at the bottom of Red Tower just yet.
But he's at least got the one at Crade. It still leaves the so-called Sloater's refill at the bottom of Red Tower, as you pointed out, Kip. And Stump just continuing to stack on the missile collection. An interesting finish to that Crate quick kill with Derp, just a fusillade of regular missiles to finish off Crate.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever quite really seen a kill like that. That was interesting.
That was awesome. Looks like Stump skipping the Sloater's refill. He can always grab it on the way back. So can't rule out that row 3 or the diagonals out just yet.
Looks like we got some spacer action coming.
More firepower, more better.
Melodia, that's correct. For them to destroy the statues, they would have to kill, the appropriate number of bosses and then go sit in G4 and watch those statues actually break. I think technically the rule is if they finished in that room for some reason, if that was the last thing they completed, they would have to wait for the door to start flashing or whatever. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a race that finished there though. So, but I guess it could happen. Looks like Stump is now on his way to Crade. Derp, in the meantime, going to pick up some high jump boot, energy tank, and I assume high jump boots here shortly. And probably the missiles too would be my assumption. We'll see.
All right, Kip, I think I finally got my wits about me. I had to do some rearranging of these windows here on these monitors. But I think this is going to be more conducive to continuing commentary and tracking with you tonight.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. What'd you say there, Hockey?
Oh, did it cut out? It was nothing important. I was
No,
just
no.
doing I was rearranging some windows on my monitors, trying to get everything straight.
Yeah, it wasn't you. You didn't cut out. It was me. I had to step away for 10 seconds to put the pup in a new spot in the room. So
No
she's
sweat,
doing
man.
good
No
now.
sweat.
Yeah, she's chilling with a little chew treat. She's happy now. So, but we got Derp
Excellent,
here heading over
excellent.
to the Bubble Mountain location, which at minimum I'm sure he'll pick up the speed booster. I guess we'll see if he opts to get any other missiles or anything like that. Stump cleaned up Kraid nicely, and he is probably, I guess, would be heading to get the Kraid energy tank and then down to Norfair. Derp did opt to pick up that wave missile. I'm not 100% sure exactly how many missiles he has right now. It's either like 35 or 40, but getting pretty close to that 50 threshold.
Just inching ever closer, right, Kip?
That's right. One pack at a time, man. That's what it takes. But given what he's looking at right now, it wouldn't really surprise me if he went ahead. Oh no, Derp. This is very bad. Okay, no, he's fine. I'm glad. I wasn't for sure exactly where he was. I couldn't tell if he was at the bottom or the top of that room. And if he had been at the bottom, that could have been disastrous. But anyway, I think he might be doing, like, since he went ahead and got the refill station, I think he might be opting to do the critters as well when he returns. So we might be looking at a row 1 at least for Derp here.
That's a really good observation. He's almost got the missiles. Visit the cruise. He's got speed. But then, yeah, he could get that very center tile if he gets the energy refill by the Decora, as Aussie pointed out in chat.
Oh, and once again, we get to check out the puppy of Super Metroid, Crocomire, everybody's favorite pet. What a pal. If you had a little mini Crocomire who like hung out with you and was really fun to play with, you'd be like the hit at the dog park.
Oh, heck yeah. As much maligned as Croc is, he's kind of cute. I think he's kind of cute, especially if you made a mini version. It'd be even cuter.
For sure. So looks like Derp did get that energy tank, and we'll wait and see on if he's gonna extend his item collection down here first.
I shall call him Minimire.
Okay, looks like Derp is opting to go pick up a few more items, at minimum the power bomb here, and it wouldn't surprise me if we saw some grapple beam action, considering how close he is, and it is one of the tiles. So if he's going for grapple beam, he's already got the Brinstar map, and he's got Brinstar Reserve. Very likely we're going to see a column 1. So I guess what he's going to do is maybe go kill Fantoon, path over to G4 afterwards, then go down to Meridia. I'm not sure. Of course, I'm just making this up. There's no telling what runners are going to do. I can't speak for them. I guess we'll wait and see. Stump now also visiting good old Croc. Hockey, do you have a favorite mini boss?
A favorite mini boss? You know, that's a question I haven't thought about. I'm partial to Spo, to be honest. I know that Spo is considered DLC. You know, most runs you never see him, but I just think it's just such an interesting mini boss, just the way it just kind of figure eights around the room. It's just interesting to me.
Okay, so we got Derp with the grapple beam. And he's got to be closing in on 50 missiles if he doesn't already have it. We'll find out shortly. Stump now up to 4 energy tanks.
And he's definitely got over 30 missiles by this time.
And Hockey, I'm going to step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
You got it, Kip. I promise I won't put him to sleep. So, pretty interesting cards so far. As Chad has pointed out, it's looking more likely for Derp to be going for column 1, row 1, column 4. Thank you, Thornito. Woo! Do a little double tap there. We got it now, though. Sometimes you just gotta smash that pixel twice. So Stump heading down to grapple. That's a good play there. Derp makes his way up red tower. Maybe he's thinking wreck ship right now. Defeat Fantoon, get gravity, go do dragon, and get the plasma beam. Stump, presumably, as we guess, picks up his grapple beam. Still looking for more missiles for both runners if they're planning on doing that first row. Derp is crossing the moat. You know he's going to wreck ship. Stump, on the other hand, we'll see what he's got in store, what he's got planned for the rest of this card.
Okay, I am back. Thank you so much, Hockey. I appreciate it. Is there anything I need to add to the tracker at the moment?
Well, I grabbed a couple of them. I exited out and exited back in, and not as a spectator. So I think we got it under control for right now.
All right. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So it looks like we got Derp about to do some, I would assume, some Dopplering since he does not have the wave beam. And looks like Stump is going to head back in this direction, maybe to get the crate missiles?
Yeah, I think you're right, Kip. He is heading back to get those. Could be going for the collect all 60 brand missiles.
That would be the most logical reason to go back. I guess we'll wait and see.
A really tremendous fight by Derp against Fantoon here. That was very, very fast.
Yeah, nicely done, Derp. Looks like Stump is heading back also to get this energy refill. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, he might be deciding to include, like, obviously, I don't think he would come back here unless he was planning to get that tile. So maybe we're starting to see a little bit of a pattern.
It's very possible. This could go bottom of red tower now and get the floaters refill. Derp just stacking up that ammunition too.
We know both runners at minimum have 40 missiles. It wouldn't surprise me if they were either already at the 50 threshold or very close. We'll keep a close eye on that and see if we can get that tile marked off.
Oh, definitely.
Derp not going to collect anything else up here. Going to head straight down to the gravity location. Unless I'm mistaken about this card, there is no reason to get the wreck ship reserve here. Probably no reason to grab those missiles either. So my assumption would be that he would go and go straight to the gravity suit. Stump, in the meantime, picked up the floaters refill, so he is 2/3 of the way there for getting all 3 of the Brinstar energy refills.
Almost there. Just needs the one at the Decora.
Dude, look at these.
Maybe he's heading straight there now.
Look at these vanilla strats by Derp. Did you see that? He got over bowling with the with the grapple beam.
Yeah, I love to see those intended strats, Kip.
How about that? Pretty fun.
You don't see that every day anymore, right?
No, you don't see that very frequently, but very cool. And I like the decision. He's kind of lower on health or energy, I guess would be the correct term. I guess if I'm gonna call energy health, I should probably call all the ammo mana, right?
Well spoken. Derp's got that purple swimsuit on. It's got to be heading down to Meridia after this, you'd think.
So we got Stump's power bomb, and he's also going to grab this missile pack even further. That even further shows me that he's got to be going for the 60 Brinstar missiles. Although that one is a fairly quick one to get. So, but it would surprise me if he wasn't going for that after getting the Kraid missiles. So as I mentioned earlier, I think Derp's play here is he's going to swing back down and do the quote-unquote kind of like Hundo-style green Brinstar cleanup stuff. And then also fit in a trip to G4 here to knock off 2 of those statues. So here pretty soon, he's going to get a short break.
That's a great prediction, Kip. Leaving wreck ship, go straight clear across Criteria, hit G4, and then, like you said, do your Brinstar cleanup.
I gotta tell you, Hockey, I've done some practice triple bingos, not many, but a few, and I'm definitely not very good at it, and I struggle, but man, it's so much fun, and watching some of these runners do these bingo races makes me want to do it even more. So I'm hoping that at some point, like, I don't know if it'll happen, but at some point in the tournament, I hope I get to race it at least once. Win or lose, I think it'll be fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Stump, in the meantime, going the back way into the green Brinstar section, doing a nice gate glitch and heading up Green Hills. Presumably, I can't see. It's a little stalled at the moment, but I think he's going to go back to Retro Brinstar here in a little bit. If not now, he'll do it on the way out. If he's still planning to get the 60 Brinstar missiles. Derp did get the destroy 2 statues, so he's looking good. Very close to column 1 completion, but it'll still be a while because he's going to have to do his Brinstar stuff and path over to Meridia. Stump, in the meantime, getting ready to pick up. He's going to use some great rando tech here, and even though technically, I mean, you do that trick in RBO as well, but in some routes. But some great rando tech there to get to that energy tank behind the wave gate.
Sure do like that setup to just land that super and pop open that wave gate. It's really good strat.
Yeah, it's cool, and people have found multiple ways to get it to set up. So it's kind of a thing where you can kind of figure out what you're most comfortable with, which I think is really great when you have multiple options for strat. Stump not visiting the Decora here. We will see if he picks it up on the way out. Maybe maybe that's not part of his plan. Maybe he doesn't care about visiting the critters. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he's not going to go down. He is going to go grab this map station, though. Derp visiting the Etacoons at the moment.
That's 1 out of 2 for Derp. And he's right here at the Decora, so I think you'd nail that one too.
All right, very nice stump. Just got to kill all these creatures on the way out, or else that metal door will stay locked. There we go. Derp looking like he's about to visit the Decora. Okay. There we go. So here in just a moment, Hockey, I'll let you do the honors, and we can knock that one right off the list. Nicely done. And at the same time, he gets to knock off 2 things at once. Also getting the, did he visit the Slaughter's Refill, actually? I didn't know if he did that when I stepped away.
Stump going with the critters here. And the refill, so that's going to be 2 for Stump.
So, I guess, did Derp not go? I guess he didn't, because he didn't path back that way. So he doesn't quite have the energy refills yet. I guess he'll get the Slaughter's Refill on this return trip to the tower.
But I believe, if I'm not mistaken...
Yeah, Stump's got it.
That Stump's definitely got it, but I think he's also got visit the critters.
So he's got the Decora, but he needs to go back to visit the Etacoons. And then Derp now just got the...
Oh shoot, I thought he visited them. Yeah, he's heading there now. Go ahead, Kip. Sorry about that.
No, I'm just talking out loud to make sure we mark everything correctly. I want to make sure everybody's up to speed on what's happening. Bingo is... it can get out of hand fast when you're trying to keep track of all the information.
Oh man, Kip, don't say it. We're not going off the rails yet, are we?
Well, the good news is I have a built-in excuse. Everyone knows my my hatred for the Blat timer, and so if I get confused, I can just basically say it's Derp's fault because it's distracting me.
Give him that Blat timer.
I'm almost 100% sure Stump has 50 missiles at this point. I'm going to go ahead and mark it for him.
Yeah, I think so. I think Derp's got to be right on his tail, too, as far as missile count, but a little bit harder to tell. And oh, Kip, yeah, well, I was gonna say you just nailed it. I was like, we're remiss. We did destroy at least 2 statues.
Right, I know, it's funny.
Destroy at least 1 statue.
It didn't even occur to me. It's like, well, he didn't really destroy 1; he destroyed 2. But no, obviously, it's both. So good catch there, chat. We appreciate that.
Oog37 in chat too. Same thing. You know, should be at bottom right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely should have it. And he's got it now, thanks to Kip.
With the power of chat, we will eventually get this correctly.
Isn't this nice, chat? All you guys are tracking, man. This is terrific.
In the meantime, Botwoon showing why he is such a troll. I mean, look, Ridley is. Look, I don't even know if you can argue this. Ridley is by far the biggest troll in this game. Okay, just for anybody who's unaware, he is an awful, awful troll. With that said, though, I think the second biggest troll is actually Botwoon, not Fantoon. Botwoon will find a way to ruin your best paces, especially in categories where, like, his pattern actually matters more. Like in low ice, I can't tell you how many, like, really sick paces I've lost to him giving me the worst pattern, and it's a lot harder to deal with when you don't have X factors. So I hate Botwoon. I feel Derp's pain here.
That's tough. So I think it's got to be clear that Stump is absolutely going for row 1, row 3 at this point. But skip that Brinstar reserve tank. That's no, he's got it. He's got the Brinstar reserve tank. Let's go ahead and give him that. And 50 plus for Derp here. Man, we're just stacking these up.
Yeah.
Just stack them up. I'll stack them up. You knock them down, Kip.
Sounds good. And I think Stump is about to complete the 60 missiles, or just did. So let's mark that off for him, because I'm pretty sure those are the last ones you typically pick up. The only one I don't remember seeing him pick up right off the top of my head is Big Pink. But I think
that's a good question.
But I think he did get those. Of course, we can verify all that. Like if any of this stuff comes into question, we can obviously verify it afterwards. But I'm fairly confident that he got them all.
Nice grapple kill from Derp here, getting real close to the destroyed turret. Very nice.
Yo, gotta love. How about Derp giving us some intended grapple usage in multiple places in this run today?
Really
Very
inspired
nice.
play by Derp there. Just really showing off the capability of one of the most underrated items in Super Metroid.
And we have Space Jump. Which means Tracy gets to do this. Nailed it.
So it looks like Derp is closing in pretty fast. He's got to get left side sand pit and plasma beam. And that's going to do it.
Run, to answer your question, you are not allowed to finish in 2 separate rooms. So, you know, like you can only pick one or the other if you want it to be part of your selections. Here's the problem. Derp has 15 supers. I know he got early supers, and I'm fairly confident that he got the supers in Spore Spawn, and I think he at minimum got one of them. Did he get both of them in Wreck Ship? I bet he did. I bet he's got 20, because he is probably can anybody confirm that he went right side? I bet he did in Wreck Ship. I might have just missed it.
Not 100% sure, but I know that he's got Meridia Power Bomb. Just watched him pick it up.
Okay, I guess it doesn't matter, because it looks like he's just going to do, he could just do Plasma Beam and Meridia Map. Or actually, he doesn't even need the Meridia Map Station, does he?
Yeah, he's heading straight up the toilet to get it.
Yeah, he just needs to get Plasma, and he's finished. Is that right? Am I reading it right?
Yeah.
Well, how about that? Look at this. This snuck up on me. This is going to be a sub 40 time, assuming that everything is lined up. And let me tell you, folks, a sub 40 triple bingo is not easy to do. And let me tell you, Derp, he was the runner-up in the DAB tournament this summer. And in every triple bingo race that I've done, like for fun with him, in leading up to this tournament, which is only a few, but he's beaten me every time. So, dare I say, Derp might be one of the leading participants in terms of triple bingo in this tournament, and he should have it.
I'll say.
Excellent job, Derp, finishing with an official SRL time of 38 minutes and 35 seconds. Well done, Derp.
Nice job, Derp. And GG. And the Blat timer just keeps on rolling.
The Blat timer answers to no master. Stump in the meantime, getting real close to finishing up the fan tune here. Hopefully he'll get a mid pattern here. Very nice, getting nice and red. And
all right, another ghost busted.
yeah, I think we're getting there. I believe we will have TGDerp in for an interview shortly, ladies and gentlemen. So you will get to hear from the triple bingo winner tonight. And I believe Aussie, unless I'm mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Aussie won earlier today. So congratulations to him. And I think these two gentlemen probably have the two fastest bingo times so far in this tournament, which is great to see. And I hope that we have more bingo races upcoming.
Hey, what's up?
Greetings, Derp. Congratulations. How does it feel to be 1-0 in the multi?
It feels pretty good. I'm really happy. I know Stump's a really experienced rando runner, so when I got paired with him first round, I kind of figured he would pick bingo over any percent, which I'm really happy with because I don't know how much I'm going to get to play bingo in this tournament, but that is definitely what I am most excited to do.
Yeah. Go ahead, Hockey.
Oh, I just want to say GG, Derp. It really blazed a great time, less than 40 minutes.
It was a pretty free card, to be fair.
Well, it didn't seem free to the commentary. so I think you read it quite accurately and did a great job. Talk us through your process a little bit for this one real quick. Like how quickly did you pick up on exactly what you wanted to do?
It was actually pretty fast. There was a lot of Meridia, like late game Meridia stuff, and so when I do triple bingo, what I've kind of figured out is I want to skip Lower Norfair whenever I can, but anything else I can do in a nice little circle. So I just kind of did my normal route of, old route up to Fantune, do a Brent Star cleanup, and then go to Meridia, which for 90% of cards is just the right route. It's just what you do in between. And so I picked up what I wanted to do pretty quickly. I wish I saw row 2. Row 2 would have been slightly faster than, I'm not sure which one I would have dropped for it. Maybe column 1? Not sure, but other than that, the route was pretty laid out for me there.
Yeah, all the options there were really good. In fact, I didn't even really notice row 2 until right near the end, and I was asking Chad if I had missed you picking up the right side supers. But then, everything else makes total sense. So, it's kind of neat when you end up with a card like that where you have multiple options that are really, really close. Because sometimes, with some cards, it's just there's one clear thing that's way better. It doesn't mean you always see it immediately, but if you were to go back and study, sometimes there's one that stands out. So cool that you had multiple options there. So the multi-category tournament, tell us a little bit more about, what you're looking forward to. I know you're a big fan of bingo. What are some other categories that you are excited to maybe not necessarily run or just, watch a race of? What do you want to see?
Well, I practiced some low percent ice for the tournament, and I spent an hour on Ridley and then gave up on Mother Brain. So I'm not looking forward to that. Let's say that.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think many people are looking forward to low ice. I think we're going to have a lot of low ice vetoes when it comes.
Yeah, I definitely want to give it another try because I really do not want to run RBO, and I don't really want to run Hundo either, but we'll see what happens. And other than that, I really like GT Classic in any percent, so...
Yeah, GT Classic to me is really fascinating because I am curious to see how aggressive people choose to take it. You know, it's not like a crazy difficult category, but at the same time, there are a few gates, if you will, both literally and figuratively, that can really make a difference, you know, and if people don't like take saves or anything like that or have a mishap with a green gate or something, I mean, that can blow that wide open. So I'm curious to see people's sort of strategy for that particular category when it comes up next week.
Yeah, I do think that's one of the strengths I have because I have been running GT Classic actively. I can, like, if I'm running against a tougher opponent, I can opt to drop safeties, go high jumpless, whatever else. Whereas in these early rounds, I can, not to say the runners are bad, of course, but I definitely have a little bit more leeway where I can pick up some more safeties in GT Classic.
Speaking of runners and strats and stuff, I really like Stump's strat right there that he just used in the bat room where he did a midair morph and then took a purposeful hit from the spikes that bounced him up onto the ledge. Very nice. And yeah, to your point earlier, you know, Stump is a very experienced runner, multiple categories, multiple types of randos, and he's done bingos. I got a chance to hang out with Stump and actually race against him at SpeedGaming Live back in October, and came away very impressed with his skill as well as other games. He's a great Crash Bandicoot runner and other games. I always find it funny when people run other games because even though they're not working on specifically Super Metroid when they're investing the time, I still think a lot of general knowledge and just experience with speedrunning other games can actually help in any game. So I always feel like those runners have a bit of an advantage in certain situations. But so Derp, thank you so much for doing the interview. Anything else you'd like to say to chat or anybody out there?
I forgot how high I needed to spark for Indiana Jones missiles. I was really sad about that.
Yeah. I also want to give you a quick compliment. I thought your super aggressive strat to spark echo kill that Metroid at the beginning of Coliseum was exceptional.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what that Metroid did to you, but yeah, of course. But no, man, GG, you ran an excellent race. Congratulations, and looking forward to seeing you around too.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, GG, Derp. Really, really terrific race.
Thank you.
So, Hockey, have we missed anything in terms of marking anything off for Stump?
I don't think so. I've been trying to keep up with it. I actually did something a little cheeky, you might say. I added another green tile, which was collect plasma beam or defeat Ridley. We're just going for completion here, Coop.
Oh, that's true.
So even though Derp had already won, had to mark the bingo card. But Stump just completed 25 plus super missiles, and now he's into Meridia, maybe having a little bit of low health issue here, but he's got reserves at least.
Yeah, and he does have an opportunity to farm up here, or if he wants to just go ahead and kill Botwoon and get the energy tank up there, he could do that. We'll find out what he opts to do. He's going to save first. I like this play. There's nothing worse than getting to a part where it's like, okay, I could save or I couldn't, and then you don't, and then you die, and you have to go all the way back to the beginning. So I think a quick 10 to 12 second investment's a good call here.
For sure, for sure.
And once again, I have a clear...
The worst mini bus. So if Spo is my favorite, then Botwoon's got to be your least favorite, right, Q?
Well, he's my favorite to watch his death animation, if that counts.
Over and over and over again. Just have it on loop.
Pretty much. Ooh, and he got a little bit of spray into Stump there. Be careful, Stump. Oh, boy. Okay, we got him. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Another dead water sausage.
I've never heard him called that, but that was pretty good.
I got that one from Crunchy Legs.
That's a good one.
Crunchy Legs is my hero.
Okay, so let me reevaluate. I mentioned this last night when I was on commentary. Once we start marking several tiles, multiple colors, sometimes I have a hard time like trying to just track one color, if that makes sense.
Oh,
So
yeah, for sure.
I'm sitting here looking at all the greens, but I'm trying to pay only attention to the purple. So Meridia Power Bomb is probably something he's going to grab on the way out to complete row 1. He has only 1 to go. All he has to do is grab the Plasma Beam to finish row 3. And then what's his...
I'm not sure.
I guess he could grab the map station and then go to G4 and do a statue if he wanted to do that. That's an option.
That is an option for sure. But first he's going to tangle with the shrimp of shrimps here, Dragon. But with that grapple, just gotta electrify, fry that shrimp.
Yeah, Pliskin makes a good point. He could finish in the wreck ship energy tank room, which wouldn't take too long to get there from Meridian.
That's a good point, Pliskin.
Let's just, we'll wait and see. Look, can we be real quick? I know we call Dragon a shrimp and all that, but like... And I didn't think about this until a friend mentioned this to me. Don't you think Dragon looks like a flea or something, or like some kind of like gross insect or something?
I could see that. Definitely kind of scary looking. It's got so many legs and that weird tail.
Nice grapple kill, Stump. And did y'all see that mid goo blue suit? That was tight.
That's impressive right there. And just love that swaggy D boost off the turret electricity. Always cool to see.
Yeah.
The space jump is collected.
So, Hockey, you've been a popular guy lately. You obviously do great commentary for our community, and you have already done several races, including the one we're doing right now, but I think you're doing some tomorrow as well. What you got lined up for tomorrow? What other hype race we got going?
That's an excellent question, Kip. If you give me one moment, review my schedule here. Let's see what we got. So I feel like the weekend is pretty stacked in terms of races. Tomorrow alone we've got Nevdi versus Richman, FBS versus Thrag, Polar Bear Bunny versus Timo Chun, and Glaucio Souza versus Andrew, aka Fusta.
4 incredible races.
I'll be jumping in the booth. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Kip.
I was just saying those are 4 awesome races.
Oh, absolutely. Very accomplished runners. But I'll be jumping in the booth for Nevdi versus Richmond and Polar Bear Bunny versus Timo Chun.
Big fan of Rich and Nevdi both. That's going to be a fun one to do. I don't know if people know this. They don't play as much these days, but Rich and his brother both play Super Metroid. His brother is 45 Oranges. He doesn't play nearly as much in the last couple years, but there was a time where they were both kind of competing a little bit with each other back when I first got started, and that was fun to watch. So Rich is always a good player and a tough opponent. He's actually versed in every single category, so I'm curious to see how he does in the tournament. And then Nevdi, fresh off a great performance where he made the playoffs in the season 2 of the randomizer league. So 2 excellent players. It's going to be a great race.
Absolutely. So I remember, I think Nevdi is a terrific competitor. I remember him from the Prodigies tournament last spring. And really looking forward to that match against Rich.
Okay, Hockey, so check this out. This is the room I probably didn't do a great job of explaining earlier, but there we are. There's that map station.
That's right, through the pink door instead of the blue door.
That's the one. It's kind of overlooked. It's like, you know, in almost everything you do, you only go left right there. You almost forget that there's even a door over there.
For sure, for sure. So I think all has been revealed to us, Kip. I think Stump's gonna head to G4.
Yeah, I think so, because that would complete row 2 and column 5. He almost got a quad bingo if he'd have collected plasma beam. Man, both runners doing a lot of cool stuff. Looks like Stump's going to be looking at a pretty comfortable sub-hour time, which is very nice. You know, let me explain something real quick, Hockey, about I think you and I were talking a little bit beforehand about double ante bingo and then triple bingo. And I've mentioned this on commentary, so, you know, apologies to anybody who's heard me say it before, but I think making some of the same points is good for a new audience. Triple bingo is not as hard in the fact that you don't get forced to do anything that you don't want to do. But the catch that makes it really challenging in terms of on your preparation and just sort of solving the puzzle, if you will, is once you add a third row to the mix, it really greatly diminishes your overall choices for certain paths. Like there were not a ton, but there were some opportunity in double ante bingo where you could technically get a card that you could line some things up and never go to Meridia, so you wouldn't have to go get gravity suit and stuff. But that's almost impossible in triple bingo just because of how many tiles, you know, are on a board and having to do an extra at least 2 or 3 or whatever. A lot of times it's hard to avoid a Meridia tile of some sort. So it gets really tricky when you have to do 3, and especially when there's just so much information on here. So I gotta applaud both of these runners for choosing good options for themselves in this race.
Absolutely. Both have really put on a great race tonight. It was an interesting card for sure. A lot of available options. As you can see, there's a lot of tiles filled in on both of their cards.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for Stump. Finishing with an official SRL time of 56 minutes and 45 seconds. GG to Stump. Great race.
GG, Stump. That was a great race.
And we will offer up the opportunity to do an interview. Looks like Stump is going to come in here shortly, so we will get to hear from him and about his choices for this card. I'm excited to talk with him. I haven't had a chance to actually speak with him since SG Live, so this will be fun. And we'll see what he thought about this card. Speaking of SG Live, Hockey, while we're waiting on Stump to come in, I gotta encourage you and everybody else in the Super Metroid community to consider attending this year. The final details have not been released yet, but we do have currently a Super Metroid randomizer tournament in the top 3 for money donated. Whether it'll stay in the top 3, we'll see, but it will have enough money to have a significant tournament presence there. So I'm trying to get as many people as possible to go so we can all hang out and have a good time and see each other. So if you end up being free at that time of the year, it would be awesome for you to consider going.
Well, it sounds like a terrific event, Kip. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, we had a fun time this past year. We got to hang out pretty extensively with Aussie, and Mass was with me, Mass Hysteria, and Mako, and Zeb, and Stump. And who all else did we have? There were several. Oh, Cross Product was there. So it was a really good time.
Cross is a terrific guy to hang out with. He always cracks me up.
Yeah, I agree. It was fun getting to chat with him. So yeah, Stump. Let me look at this card again. Stump was really close to how many total things did he complete here? 18? Nicely done.
Yeah, 18 tiles. That's impressive.
And I believe, hopefully, we are now joined by Stump. Stump, can you hear me?
Hi.
GG, Stump.
Thanks. GG.
Yeah, GG, man. That was awesome to watch. Good to see you. Tell us a little bit about, the triple bingo tonight. What'd you think about it, and how did you kind of decide to go about fulfilling the requirements?
Well, that was an really interesting card. I planned for it actually shifted as I saw things coming together on the top rows that I didn't initially see.
Yeah, that happens a good bit with bingo. But it looked like you adjusted really well on the fly, heading back to Green Brinstar, getting a few of those tiles knocked out. And it was also kind of cool because you got to do certain strats with the Spazer Beam along the way. So tell us a little bit about, I think you vetoed any percent, unless I'm mistaken. Is that correct?
That is what I vetoed. I felt like I felt like bingo agrees better with me than any percent does.
Well, that's a good call. And plus, it's always fun to watch a bingo race and get to think about it. Can you tell us a little bit about just, looking forward to the tournament? Are there any particular categories that you are maybe excited to either run yourself or watch other people run? Like, what's your favorite thing about participating in a multi-category tournament?
There are a lot of categories I am interested in doing at some point in it. I'm especially hoping that one of my future rounds is 100%.
Ooh, that'll be a lot of fun. Hockey, you have any questions for Stump?
Stump, how do you feel about some of the, maybe not lesser in popularity categories, but some of the more, I don't know, some of the more interesting categories in this tournament, such as like any percent all bosses or GT Classic? Looking forward to those, or are those to be avoided?
I'm looking forward to those and getting to know those.
Stump, I got two final questions for you that I really want to know an answer to. Number one, most importantly, with you and your speedrunning experiences, what have you been working on lately? Maybe other stuff other than just Super Metroid. I know you run lots of other games and have been in a lot of relays and fundraisers and stuff like that. So charity marathons. Can you tell us what you've been up to gaming wise lately?
I actually haven't really been able to do too much lately, but I'm definitely still into the original Crashes and Spyros.
Very cool. And my final question, have you had any good Mongolian barbecue lately?
Oh, I'm trying to think of when. I actually don't think I've had it since I've had a chance to have it since SpeedGaming Live.
Well, we'll have to make a plan next time we hang out to go get some more, because that sure was some tasty stuff. So,
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. That was probably one of my favorite parts of the whole event. And the Hockey, you can identify because y'all are always making jokes about getting food at
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Stump here was the hero because he took us to IHOP. Then he took us to the Mongolian barbecue place, and it was life changing.
No way.
Oh, it was glorious. So thank you,
There's
Stump.
Stump's the MVP with that combination between IHOP and Mongolian barbecue.
There's a
It's just
Korean
too
barbecue
much.
place near there that I hope to go to next time also.
Well, we will put that on the list if it's in the same spot. But Hockey, if you have any other questions, feel free. Stump, if there's anything else you'd like to say, feel free. But GG, man, great race, and looking forward to seeing you in round 2.
I can't wait for round 2.
Yeah, GG, Stump. That was a really great race, and yeah, looking forward to the rest of this tournament. Still only the first week.
All right, everybody. Well, thank y'all for watching. That's going to do it for us for this particular race. Unless I am mistaken, I'm sorry, I have like 15 windows open right now with all this information, but I think that's the last Super Metroid race of the evening. So keep an eye out tomorrow. As Hockey pointed out, several excellent races tomorrow, as well as a bunch of really good commentary crews. Looking forward to another good day of Super Metroid to get us through a good Friday. So have a great night, everybody. See you next mission. And Hockey, thank you for joining me. I appreciated the opportunity to do some comms with you.
That was my pleasure, Kip. Thank you so very much.